Okay, I've ridden Intimidator 305 8 times now. Once in the front, once in the second row, and 6 times in the back row. 5 of those 6 times in the back row were in the right seat. I do believe that the back row right seat is the most intense seat on this ride. And this is probably the most intense ride ever made. You hit that first turn after the big 305-foot drop. Actually, 305 foot tall. I think it might be probably about 300-foot drop. You hit that first turn at the bottom, and most people will gray out. Some people might black out. I'm not going to say everyone will gray out because I've talked to a few people who said they don't. And I didn't when I rode in the front, and I didn't on my first couple of rides in the back. But then the last 6 rides I had in the back I did gray out on. Slightly. I didn't completely gray out, didn't totally lose my vision, but it was starting to go. But there is like no line back here. I've heard because it's so intense, there doesn't get much of a line anyway. It's got a cable lift, so you reach the top really fast, just like on Millennium Force. It is a short ride. That's the only possibly negative thing to be said about it, but it is so intense for that during that ride. Anaconda, the Aero Looper. It actually wasn't too bad. Just kept my head forward and held onto the restraints. No head banging. No, actually, from my height, it punches you in the jaw. The B&M restraints, I get slammed in the head. This one, I would get punched in the jaw if I don't lean my head forward. Vortex is better at Kings Island, but this was still pretty good. Definitely better than Dominator. I guess I'm over B&M. But that's the one one of the 3 that I was really looking forward to, but I heard a few weeks ago that it's been SB&O, standing but not operating, for quite a while. Well, I'm not going to record this one, but yeah, it's got 4 inversions. Vortex has 6, and the 2 corkscrews go in between the double loops. This one has the double corkscrew over the water, which is pretty cool. You get good hang time on that. But yeah, the Vortex has a bat wing too. So there's 6 inversions on it.
Unattended in the park. Again, no cell phones are allowed on Twisted Timbers.
Yeah, no cell phones allowed on Twisted Timbers or Steel Vengeance. Can't even have them in the line. This is a fantastic ride. Definite 10 out of 10 for sure. One of RMC's best creations here was as far as their smaller coast. Actually, I've only ridden one other smaller coasters, and that's Wonder Woman at Fiesta Texas. So the hybrids are the Woodies. This is the only small one I've done, but so I don't have anything else to compare it to. But this might be the best of their smaller ones. But you start off with that barrel roll drop right there, which that is incredible. That's the only barrel roll drop I've ever had. And you go up into this crazy overbank, which you can see behind the tree right here. You do this overbank around the station, and then you do 3 massive, well, not massive, but you do three big airtime hills, probably like 60, 50, and 40 feet, something like that. But you get unbelievable airtime on those hills. Then you do this. You think you're going into an outer bank turn, but it ends up flipping you over upside down. And that's your second inversion, and that's kind of a weird one. Then you do a couple of little airtime hills, and then a trick track double up. If you don't know what a trick track double up is, look it up. It's pretty cool. That might be my favorite part of the ride. And then you do a little outer bank turn in front of the station, and then you keep going with some little airtime hills. You do a little 0G roll that's like maybe 20 feet in the air, so it's a really short 0G roll. And then you work your way around with a couple of small overbanks and a couple more tiny little airtime hills that really throw you out of your seat to end the ride.
No cell phones are allowed on Twisted Timbers. Thank you and enjoy
From the time that you start the barrel roll drop to the time the brakes hit, it's about 50 seconds. Doesn't sound like a long time, but with a ride with this much airtime, I think that's the perfect duration. I think they nailed it perfectly here. Steel Vengeance is very intense. It's going to be too intense for a lot of people, I think. This one may be just right. It's got enough intensity for those of us. It's got enough intensity for those of us who like it, who like the intensity, but not too far, so that other people can still enjoy it.
Again, no cell phones are allowed on Twisted Timbers. Thank you and enjoy your
And there it's going into those airtime hills, and then it's going out of sight for a while. It goes, on that lap, it goes further out. Here it's coming back. There, that's the little outer bank turn.
Increased ride capacity and short wait times. Cell phones.
There's a lot of just really crazy and unique and different elements on this ride that's going on throughout. This makes it really interesting and fun.
Kings Dominion is not responsible for items left unattended in the park. Again,
so definite 10 out of 10. Worth coming to this ride is worth coming to Virginia for. It's worth coming to Kings Dominion for. RMC hit it out of the park with this one.